In 2012, a boy just 13 years old sat alone in his room. He was so shy that speaking to others felt impossible. But instead of giving up, he turned on a cheap camera and began talking to it. That small decision, innocent and almost invisible at the time, would set into motion a journey that transformed him into the most powerful YouTuber on earth. And here's the part you don't know. Hidden inside his story is a shocking truth about MrBeast's ultimate dream, a truth that could change the way you see him forever. Stay with me until the very end, because I will reveal it there. On May 7, 1998, James Stephen Donaldson was born in Kansas, United States. To his family, he was simply Jimmy. His childhood was far from easy. His parents, both in the U.S. military, struggled in an abusive marriage that ended in divorce when Jimmy was only 9. From then on, his single mother raised him and his younger brother while working long hours to keep food on the table. Loneliness shaped Jimmy. He had no friends, and his extreme shyness kept him hidden behind a baseball cap pulled low over his face. Yet inside, something unusual was forming: an obsessive personality. Whatever caught his interest consumed him completely. At 10 years old, it was baseball. But when he discovered YouTube, his obsession shifted forever. On his computer, Jimmy found ordinary people uploading videos of themselves playing games like Minecraft and Call of Duty. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a whole new world. He became fascinated, studying YouTube like a puzzle waiting to be solved. Around this time, he met Chris Tyson, who shared the same obsession. While other kids talked about sports or school, Jimmy and Chris spoke endlessly about YouTube. At 12 years old, Jimmy saw one of his favorite creators, Woody Skimmerdig, quit his job to become a full-time YouTuber. That was the moment he realized this platform wasn't just a hobby, it could be a career. And so, with no real equipment, no audience, and barely any editing skills, Jimmy launched his own channel. When he created his Xbox account, the system randomly generated the name MrBeast6000. Amused, he used the same name for his channel. Years later, he dropped the numbers, leaving just one word: MrBeast. In the beginning, his videos were simple gaming clips. Slowly, he began experimenting with commentary, opinion videos, and even breakdowns of how much money famous YouTubers were making. And though he was too shy to speak confidently in real life, in front of a camera, he finally felt alive. But life had other challenges waiting. At 15, Jimmy began losing weight rapidly and suffering from severe abdominal pain. Doctors diagnosed him with Crohn's disease, a lifelong condition that forced him to give up baseball forever. It broke his heart, but instead of destroying him, it fueled him. If his body was weak, his will would be stronger. Body was weak, his will would be stronger. Behind his mother's back, Jimmy filmed on a cheap Windows phone at 480p and edited on his brother's battered old laptop. To buy better equipment, he saved $1 at a time. A microphone, a second-hand iPhone, a basic set of lights, piece by piece, he upgraded. By 17, his obsession with YouTube was unshakable. When he told his mother he wanted to skip college and pursue YouTube full-time, she gave him an ultimatum: either go to college or leave the house. Jimmy pretended to attend classes while secretly sneaking off to film videos. He lied to protect his dream. In 2015, he began experimenting with absurd challenges like trying to cut a table in half with plastic knives. They were ridiculous, but people clicked, and then came the breakthrough. Inspired by binge-watching hundreds of anime episodes, Jimmy sat down and recorded himself counting from 1 to 100,000. For 40 hours straight, he counted without stopping. The stunt was insane, and when he uploaded the video, it exploded. 5 million views in just 5 days. After uploading more than 400 videos, Jimmy finally had his first viral hit. Soon, the channel reached 1 million subscribers. That's when he received his first brand deal, $5,000. Instead of pocketing the money, he asked for $10,000, promising the video would go viral. When the brand agreed, Jimmy did something unheard of. He gave all $10,000 to a homeless man. Chris filmed the moment and the video went viral. The internet had never seen generosity on this scale, and Jimmy realized he had found his formula. From there, he gave $10,000 to Twitch streamers, $10,000 to a pizza delivery guy, and even $100,000 to his mother to pay off her mortgage. Viewers weren't just entertained, they felt joy watching others receive life-changing surprises. Psychologists call it the warm glow effect, the happiness we feel witnessing kindness. And with each video, that warm glow spread to millions. But Jimmy wasn't relying on luck. He was calculating every second of his videos. Within the first 10 seconds, he delivered on the promise of the title. Between minutes 1 and 3, the story moved with crazy speed to keep viewers hooked. At minute 3, he threw in a surprise twist to re-engage anyone losing interest. Another twist at minute 6, high energy, until the end and then cut, no wasted seconds. Every video was designed like a machine built to maximize retention. The results were unstoppable. By 2019, he had 20 million subscribers. By 2024, he had crossed 300 million, launched a chocolate brand called Feastables, and created his own YouTube analytics tool, ViewStats. He wasn't just the biggest YouTuber in the world. He was building an empire, but then everything almost collapsed. In mid-2024, a former employee named Dawson French released two videos accusing MrBeast of faking his content. The allegations were shocking claims that his stunts were computer-generated, his charity donations staged, and his prize money never paid. The internet erupted, millions of dislikes flooded his videos. Brands canceled million-dollar deals, the hashtag boycott MrBeast trended worldwide. For the first time, Jimmy's empire looked like it might crumble. But he didn't panic. Instead, he stayed silent. A few weeks later, other creators investigated. One channel, Soggy Cereal, released a detailed breakdown debunking nearly every claim. The so-called fake shredder was real. The charities were registered nonprofits with public records. Piece by piece, the lies unraveled. Finally, Jimmy himself spoke. In a 2-hour unfiltered podcast, he addressed every accusation with receipts, documents, and full transparency. Fans realized the truth. The king hadn't fallen, he had been unfairly attacked. Dawson vanished from the internet and MrBeast emerged stronger than ever. Today, Jimmy Donaldson's net worth exceeds $1 billion. He has partnered with Amazon Prime to produce a $100 million show. And he's no longer just a YouTuber, he is the most legendary entertainer of our generation. And now it's time for the surprise I promised you at the start. Jimmy's ultimate dream is not money, not fame, not even YouTube. His real goal is to one day give away every single dollar he has, build schools, hospitals, and charities across the world, and die with nothing. To him, success isn't what you keep, it's what you give away. That is the true heart of MrBeast. So if this story inspired you, don't let it end here. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss the next incredible story. Because trust me, the next one might just blow your mind even more.